What's going on, guys? Kev here, founder of CreatorOS. And previously on this channel, I showed you guys how to fully get set up with CreatorOS, which is the world's first social media agentic platform. You can connect up to 100 social media accounts to one AI agent using our CreatorOS platform. And in this video, we get to have some fun because we are now at this part of the tutorials where I actually get to show you how to set up CreatorOS with your own custom AI agent. And for some context, our team at CreatorOS has been doing this for different businesses for the past few years. And we've been able to build an insane amount of AI agent skills for social media marketing. And our goal is to show you guys exactly how to get this set up and show you all of the automations that are associated to CreatorOS so that you guys can start dominating social media the way that we are with AI and start automating all of your content production, your comment responding, your social media messages, and all that fun stuff. So guys, welcome to the full in-depth tutorial showing you how to connect your CreatorOS account to any AI model to supercharge your social media content creation journey. And in this video overview, guys, we're gonna go through 3 chapters. I'm gonna show you how it actually works. And once you have your CreatorOS account, the next steps that are needed, as well as the additional resources that we give to all CreatorOS users to learn all of the best AI agent workflows within their CreatorOS account. And then I'm going to show you guys step by step how to actually set up your AI agent with your CreatorOS account. And I'm going to show you guys the recommended method. Now, this is important because some of you may be solo creators, some of you may be marketing agencies, some of you may be starting out as entrepreneurs, but the way that I'm going to show you this method can scale up no matter what type of user you are. So if you're a solo creator, this is the recommended method. If you're a marketing agency, this is the recommended method. And if you end up growing over time, you're going to understand that this recommended method is going to help you grow really fast, aka grow your agency a lot faster while saving you a lot of time. And from there, once the agent is set up, I'm going to show you every single one of the features that the agent can do autonomously, whether that's posting content to socials, scheduling content, looking at post analytics, your social analytics, looking at and responding to comments and messages, and building content creation workflows that we're going to talk about a little bit today. So the first point we want to knock home, guys, is simply just how it works. Inside of your CreatorOS account, inside of your profile page, you have a settings dashboard. And inside of the settings dashboard is something called your API key. Your API key on CreatorOS is what represents all of the social accounts that you have connected. And so if you have a creator account, then you have one API key, and that one API key is connected to all of these socials that you can give to your AI agent. And so what you want to do is you want to go and find that API key and you want to save it. The next part that we have is our custom built open sourced AI agent called Kairos. Kairos has all of our custom skills that I'm going to show you in today's tutorial already built in. And your API key on CreatorOS is what unlocks Kairos' ability to go and do all of these different things. When you combine the two, that is when you create an entire AI operating system for your social media accounts. And the code base for Kairos is going to be in the link down below. And so all you need to get started here is your CreatorOS account and the code that is going to be in the link down below. And that link lives right on GitHub. And all you're going to need to do to move forward to the next step is make a GitHub account and copy the code that we have already built for you. And now, guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to set up the entire Kairos agent within our computer here. And you're going to see how I set it up exactly. So I like to use this app called Cursor. I use their free plan, but the reason why I like using Cursor is because then I can have multiple AI agents doing different tasks at the same time. I could have one agent making content, one agent building a skill, one agent looking at my social analytics, and that lets me build at light speed. And I'm going to show you exactly how that setup looks like right now. But this setup that I'm about to show you also applies for Codex, which is ChatGPT's AI agent, and Claude Code, which is Anthropic's AI coding agent. So once you guys create a GitHub account, you want to head over to the link of the Kairos agent and you want to click this fork button. What this does is it creates a brand new Kairos agent, but specifically for you. And no one else needs to have access to it if you set the availability to private. And from there, you now have your entire agent that is ready to be built out. And so what you have to do is just grab the code snippet here and head into Cursor and click Clone Repo. Then you can just paste in that link and hit enter. So once you guys clone the repo, it should look something like this. And now guys, all we have to do to set up the entire Kairos agent is one command, and it's inside of the CreatorOS settings, and it's called the npm start CreatorOS Kairos command. This command will download and set up all of the dependencies and all of the technical stuff that is needed to actually set up your AI agents to run properly. I'm gonna paste that into the terminal here on cursor. We're gonna hit enter. And it's gonna go ahead, as you guys can see, it's gonna download all of the dependencies that we need. It's gonna make sure that everything's set up. And we get this cool like CreatorOS introduction animation as well as the Kairos animation. And it then shows us all of its capabilities. And our team is gonna be shipping updates inside of Kairos very regularly. And so the abilities that this agent's gonna have out of the box is gonna keep growing. And what's going to be shown to you after the agent gets initialized is an onboarding form. And this is going to get everything set up. I'm going to walk you guys through it. So the first question that the onboarding form asks us is whether or not we are a creator account or an agency account. And in this demo, I'm going to walk you guys through the creator account setup. So I'm going to hit enter for the creator account, and it's going to ask for an API key. And since I've already ran this setup multiple times, it already has an API key for one of my users. But in this part of the onboarding form, it would ask for your specific API key, which you will also find in the settings right over here. So you would literally just copy that and paste it in, and then it would tell you which accounts that the agent will have access to and if they're healthy and connected. From there, the onboarding form is going to ask you where you want to set up your automations. And this is and this specific part of the onboarding form, we're going to talk about in a separate tutorial because that is a whole nother set of skills that I need to show you guys on how to set up. So what I'm going to recommend though for the time being is to choose the Railway method because that'll be the recommended method that I show you guys later on. And if any of this sounds a little bit overwhelming, we understand that, and that's why we have Creator University, which is our other free resource, and it's a full academy that has all of these tutorials, and it has the CreatorOS team inside there that you can go and ask questions to. You can also film videos of issues that you're having with your CreatorOS app or with your AI agent, and we will be responding. We also have weekly calls, and all of that is free for CreatorOS users, which is typically $49 a month. And so this is the hardest part of the entire setup, and that's why I wanted to remind you of this, because once you get over this learning curve, you're gonna be so far ahead of like 99% of marketers. Anyways, we're gonna now choose the Railway recommended path, and it's going to now find our time zone. Now the part of the onboarding form that we're at is where the agent can actually start to learn about its role inside of your business. And so the first question here it's asking about is your brand pack. So it says, everything that I write for you will flow from this. And so in this section, you wanna actually explain what your brand is about, what you're actually marketing, and you wanna give as much information as possible. And so I'm gonna skip through that, and we'll go on to the next question. The next question is the links and product directories that you want to send users to, right? So if you're running comment automations, messaging automations, you have agents doing comment to DM workflows, your agent can actually have the links to sell products on your behalf. And here you want to just feed in what those links are as well as an explainer. So I can send in the link to my school academies, and then I can say that, you know, this is for the No Code Academy, and then I can send another one for Creator University, and then I can do another link for the YouTube channel, another link for booking a call, and then the agent will have all of these resources depending on how the conversation goes or how the comment goes. The agent can choose which link resource to actually provide to the client. And again, we're going to skip through that, but that's where you want to initialize your first links. And now we can talk about the agent's voice, right? So if it's your creator account that the agent's going to be responding off of, what is the voice in 3 adjectives, right? So is it an aggressive voice? Is it a intellectual tone? Is it a upbeat tone? What is the type of speaking tonnage that you want this agent to have? The agents like doing M dashes, for example, in their texts, and we don't want to have that. So we can just say like, never include M dashes and move forward. The emoji policy. So do you want your agent responding to comments and messages with emojis? And if you do, how many do you want? Do you want to use it sparingly, so only 1 per response? Do you want to have the agent give basically free access to the emojis to use as much as they want? And we'll go and choose the free as much as they want option. Same thing with hashtag policy, right? So how many hashtags do you want to associate to your posts? We could do a few relevant ones, 2 to 4. And now we can start answering our target audience, right? So for us, we're building CreatorOS for creators and for marketers. So we can go creators and marketers. And now we can start entering some competitor accounts, right? So there's a couple social media tools that are similar to us, like Hootsuite and Sprout Social, that are worth like hundreds of millions of dollars, and we could look at them as competitors and we can add in their links. I'm gonna skip through that as well. And now the agent has saved all this information. And what's cool about this last part is that it's just going to show you everything that it has initialized with, right? So the brand pack has been saved to the brand.md file. And we can see that the Instagram, the threads, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube have been connected. And the agent essentially just says that everything is done. And we can go through this brief summary, right? So it has your brand voice, it has its own tone, it knows what audience you're interested in, it has the accounts that it's connected to, and the agent has all of the skills that we're going to get into in a sec. Now, one other bonus that we're going to get into further down the road is that your Kairos agent will also come with its own customized dashboard. So you're going to have the CreatorOS dashboard where you can see all of the stuff that's actually happening with your socials, but you also need a dashboard so you can see what's happening with your AI agent. And that is what the last question of the onboarding form is. It's asking to open up your dashboard, and we're going to say yes. Once I clicked yes, guys, we can see on the screen that the Kairos agent has been built, right? And this is what is going to take things to a whole new level, because this is literally your marketing assistant that should be paid hundreds of thousands of dollars a year and runs autonomously for free on a $9 a month plan, right? That is what is so crazy. What we did to make things so easy for now, and so like the next step here is to actually get our AI agent launched, right? We finished the onboarding form and everything's actually set up for the AI to actually go and do everything. And so now we want to go and give the AI the setup, right? We want to give it all of the tools, all of the abilities. And all we have to do is tell it about this setup prompt.md. So now, guys, in any way that you guys are used to, we're going to just open up Claude or Codex or whatever AI model. And in this case, we're going to be using Claude. So we're going to type in Claude. And we're literally just going to tell the agent to read the setup prompt MD and get the entire system initialized. You should all be sending in this exact prompt that says read the setup prompt MD and get everything initialized, and the agent's going to go ahead and do that, right? So while that's happening, I can quickly explain the dashboard for Kairos. And what we're showing here is basically all of the work that the agent is doing in a simple dashboard so we can keep track of it, right? So typically what this agent should be doing for you guys is obviously responding to comments, responding to DMs, responding and hiding comments and all that fun stuff. But what you should really start thinking about is all of the end-to-end content automations that you can have this agent doing. You can have it, loaded up with all of your brand's content, all of your brand's B-roll, and then you can set it up on a skill to then make content and then use the socials that it's connected to then go and upload, right? So then you have an end-to-end content creating engine that's going to just run autonomously. And that is the goal of these tutorials, right? It's to get you to that point, because then as a creator, all you have to do is create the best possible content and feed it to this system, and it'll just go and do the rest. And so that's why we have like the automations tab, right? So once you set up your automations in our next tutorial, you're actually gonna see them running here. And if any of them break or something goes wrong, you're gonna be able to come in here and you're gonna be able to fix them. Same thing with your content automation. So this is gonna be coming in our next tutorial, but the agent's gonna be able to literally create end-to-end video content, carousel content, written form content. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. So now once we get that prompt response back from the setup, the agent is going to start to come alive. And we can see here that after going through the initialization, it checked all of our social accounts. It saw how they were performing. It saw that our threads account that is connected has gained over 600 followers in the past 3 weeks, and it's accelerating. So it's the best performing account. Our TikTok account has been slowly bleeding. We've lost 34 followers in the past 12 days. And it's just starting to initialize all of these workflows. But what we're going to go ahead and do now, guys, is I'm going to show you every single every single skill that is already inside of Kairos and how to actually use it. Inside of the docs, we have all of the different workflows, and we're gonna go ahead today and we're gonna bang out each one. And then we can actually see whether or not they're working inside of the CreatorOS dashboard, which is why it's so magical, because the agent on the right-hand side is going to be doing all the work, and then we're just going to see all the results on the left-hand side. So the first workflow that we're going to work on is the comment to DM workflow. Now, the comment to DM workflow is very similar to how ManyChat does their comment to DM workflows. It's just that ours is already built into this plan for free, and it's cheaper than ManyChat. And essentially, this works for Instagram and Facebook. So any post that you make on CreatorOS can have a call to action keyword like link or OS. And once someone comments that, the agent will be able to respond to the comment and send them a DM. So that is what we're gonna tell the agents to do right here. The first workflow that we wanna work on is the comment to DM workflow. I want you to add this comment to DM workflow to every single post on our Instagram account. Any single Instagram post that has the keyword OS, I want you to do a comment to DM workflow. And the DM, I want you to give them the creatoros.ca link as the call to action, as the thing that we're going to be providing. I want you to go ahead and build out this entire workflow, and then I'm going to go ahead and test it. Now guys, I'm going to show you why that this was the recommended method, because we can now open up another terminal and we can have the top agent work on something brand new. And this can apply to multiple CreatorOS accounts as well. So if the bottom agent is working on that first CreatorOS account and we're a marketing agency, the top agent can be working with a whole nother set of socials if we so choose. Or it could be working on the same set of socials. So while we have the agent in the bottom working on the comments to DM workflow, we might as well work on the second feature that we have, which is replying to comments. So let's look at that. And the replying to comments works on multiple platforms. It works on Instagram, Facebook, X, Threads, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So this one works for everything except for TikTok. And so in the top chat, we're gonna now set up this workflow, and to show you guys how this works, let's have this specific workflow set up on LinkedIn, for example. So here's what that prompt looks like. We wanna set up the reply to comments workflow specifically for LinkedIn. And I want you to just respond to the comments based on, based on the brand pack that we've filled out. I want you to keep the responses to a maximum of 1 sentence long. And I want you to build some type of logic that can trigger when a comment comes in so that it can run autonomously. So that'll be the top chat that we're now sending into the agent that we're now working on. So the agent responded saying that the comment to DM workflow is live on Instagram. And so we can now test this out in real time as well with another account. So on Instagram, I have a post that was uploaded through this CreatorOS's profile. And so what I'm gonna do with a separate account is I'm now gonna comment the OS. And I'm gonna see if that ends up triggering off. So what I should be expecting in the notifications very soon here is I should be getting a response, and it looks like I already got the attachment sent, guys, okay? That is actually ridiculous. So if I refresh my feed here and we go into notifications, we can now see that we got a reply to our comment, which is right here. And if we open that up, we could see that the reply has given us the link to the app and has sent us a DM. So we then go to the DMs and we open that up. We can now see that, hey, here's the link that you asked for, and it gave us the CreatorOS link. And so that worked absolutely perfectly. The next two features, like comments and hide comments, can actually be merged into the reply to comments and comments DM workflows that I just showed you guys. So we can quickly skim over that. Let's now talk about the reply to messages, because this actually relays perfectly to the first workflow, which is the comments to DM, right? So let's say you create a post and then the post has a comments to DM, the user comments, and then we send them a DM. And then the user has another question, right? We don't want to manually respond to that either. And this is where the reply to messages agent comes in, where the agent can actually continue the conversation. And so I'm gonna now basically speak out the prompt of how I want that to be set up. Okay, so the comments to DM workflow worked perfectly. Now, for the reply to messages, which works on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, we want to set up the agent to make sure that it's able to respond to all messages that come in, with the goal of either getting someone to funnel to the creatoros.ca site or funnel to the App Store. So those are the two links that I want you to be selling. And other than that, I just want you to keep the conversations relatively short, trying to get as much information out of the person as you can. And just let me know once the reply to messages is set up, and then I'll go ahead and test it. While that's happening, guys, we can see the top agent has finished the reply to comments workflow. So we can now head over to LinkedIn and we can test that out. All right, guys, so now we're on LinkedIn testing the reply to comments skill that we just set up. And here we are on the CreatorOS page, and I'm commenting on my personal page, right? So if we just go in here and we go like, wow, what a post, and we send that comment in. So we see the response here. Thank you, Kev. So glad the walkthrough landed. Now, this is basically me replying to myself because I own the page. So we're going to delete that now, but we can definitely see that it's working. All right, guys. So hide messages is something that can be tied into reply to messages. And so let's say, you know, someone's spamming, or you want to clear up your inbox to only have warm leads. That's where the hide messages really comes in clutch. And you can have a fluent conversation with your agent over the course of a week, a month, to see like, what are the hot leads that I should then be maybe replying manually to, for example. But what we're going to work on now is true automation that saves you a lot of time, which is the posting to all platforms and scheduling posts to all platforms. I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works by doing it end to end. And so inside of the dashboard, right, if we go to the calendar page, we're going to see all of the different posts that we have scheduled out. And so what I'm going to show you guys is how the agent is able to post to all platforms and schedule posts to all platforms in advance. Right? So we have the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st of this month wide open as days that have no content ready to be uploaded. And that's what we're going to work on with our agent. And this is the teaser introduction to all of our content creation pipelines, right? So this post that I'm going to be creating is not going to be anything valuable, but the skill itself is going to evolve over time. And that's how we're going to, and that's what we're going to be showing you guys in future tutorials. But to set up the post to all platforms skill, I'm going to show you what that prompt looks like. Okay, so the LinkedIn reply to comment works. Now I want to set up the schedule posts to all platforms workflow. And what I want you to do to show me that it's initialized is I want you to just create a news of the day post for social media content creators. And I want you to write up that post, create it, and then schedule it out with a brand new topic for the 28th of July, the 29th of July, the 30th of July, and 31st of July. Since this is a written post, I want you to also schedule this post out to all platforms that accept written post styles. Once you're done, let me know and I'll check the calendar tab to see that post is live. So now we can test out the DM responses workflow. So the agent says that it has set up the DM responses, and while the other agent's working on scheduling content, we can test that out. So I'm gonna head over to Instagram and we're gonna go into that same conversation that we got from the comments to DM workflow, right? So this is a very realistic example where a user sees our post, they leave a comment, we send them a DM, and then they want to continue the conversation, right? So let's see what this looks like. So I'm going to send a message saying, thanks for messaging. What is CreatorOS about? And the way that we currently have the DM agent set up is to run on 10-minute automations. And we're going to go into that much more in depth in the next tutorial, where we set up all of these workflows that you see in this tutorial onto automations so that it all runs autonomously. But for the messages, the way that I have it set up, just to kind of tease it out, is that the agent wakes up every 10 minutes and it checks the DMs. And if there's any DM conversations that the agent hasn't responded to, it'll then go ahead and act upon it. It's 2:15 right now. And so the next time that the agent will run is around 2:20. So we're going to check in about 5 minutes. And while we're waiting for the DM reply from the agent, the other one has actually scheduled out the posts already. So if we want to check this out, we just go into our CreatorOS dashboard and we check out the calendar page, and it should be here. And there they are, right? So we can see on July 29th, July 30th, and July 31st that we have a news report of the day uploaded to Twitter, Threads, and LinkedIn at the same time. And we didn't do anything except for sending in that prompt, right? And now we're going to be able to review that scheduled post and edit it and make it better and turn it into a whole workflow skill that we can actually use to generate clients and generate some genuine organic traffic. But that is how you go ahead and schedule posts. And you can do this for short form videos, long form videos, written posts like you just saw, and carousels. Guys, just like that, we got the response. So it's an app that lets you post to all platforms at once, see what's actually working, and put your content schedule on autopilot. What kind of stuff do you actually create? And it's trying to continue the conversation. Oh, look at that. We got another response. So maybe there's a little bug in there. So whatever, we can go in there and fix it. But we can see that the entire workflow is now actually conducting. And now, guys, we can actually end up this tutorial because I think this is a lot of information. There's a lot of stuff for you guys to now wire in and stuff like that. But if you do need additional help, we have the Creator University, and you guys come in there and send in video questions and just get anything that you need answered in your setups. And we're going to have community calls and stuff like that as well. But it's your boy Kev, founder of Creator OS. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.